Here we have a Toshiba Kira. I'm going to open up and explore the insides. So there's a few screws on the back that you need to remove. I just pointed out to you. So the row I'm pointing now and the rest, they're different size. The bottom row on the screen, the screws are smaller, there's 5 of them. And the other 6 screws are larger than the bottom. I'm just going to get the right screwdriver. Now that we removed all the screws, I'm just going to show you the 2 different types of screws there are on the laptop. So here we go, there's a small one and there's a large one. See, the large one covers the top 2 rows and the small one covers the bottom row. So to open the laptop, remember you have to tilt it on the side because the headphone jack gets in the way. So now that we open it up, here's the battery, here's your hard drive, here's your RAM that's soldered on, this is your CPU under there, heating, that's your fan, and your wireless card. So we're going to remove the hard drive. The hard drive is an M-SATA hard drive, and there's 2 screws holding it down. Please note M-SATA hard drives only have 500 gigs max as the highest size, and this is its only hard drive it has in the laptop. So if you want to change your hard drive, you only can get 500 gigs max of SSD. So next, we're going to remove the battery. To remove the battery, you're going to need to remove a few screws. Also, you're going to have to remove some sticky tape that's connected to it. The sticky tape holds the cable in place for your speakers. So if you don't remove it, it makes it really hard for you to lift up your battery. So I'm just removing the cable now. You could also have to remove your battery cable before you remove the battery. It makes it a lot easier. So they wrap the battery cable with the speaker cable into one. So I'm just trying to separate it. So there's a screw here. So after you remove the 2 screws, lift up the battery and it should come off. So they do use some sticky tape to hold the speakers onto the battery as well, so you have to remove the double-sided sticky tape. So as you can see here, the cable, they wrapped it together. So you just have to undo the sticky tape to remove the cable. So next we're going to remove the heatsink. There's 4 screws holding the heatsink down. Oh, sorry, 2 screws holding the heatsink down. There's 2 fan screws. You don't have to remove the fan screws, but in my case I'm going to do it. Please note, when you remove the heatsink, you're going to have to replace the thermal paste. You're going to have to remove the cable that attaches the fan as well to remove the fan. So here's the heatsink. We just lift it up and it comes off. So here's the old thermal paste that we need to remove. So this is where dust gets stuck. If your laptop's old and you've been using it under your bed or on your lap, you'll have a lot of dust buildup on the laptop and on the heatsink of where I showed you. I'm just going to get a tissue to clean the thermal paste off. Please note, as I said before, if you remove your heatsink, you need to replace your thermal paste. Don't be cheap on thermal paste. Thermal paste doesn't cost a lot. It only costs you $10 per tube, which I'll show you later. And that tube you can use a few times. So you don't need any special alcohols or liquid solutions to clean the thermal paste off. You can just use tissue and wipe it off. The idea is to try to wipe it off clean as possible. Only the top part is important, especially on the CPU. After you clean it, the top part shines. So that's the important part. The sides aren't that important if you can't remove all the thermal paste. There is some cases that you can't remove the thermal paste on the sides due to it's on the chips and it gets in the way and you can't remove it. Try not to drop any thermal paste on your motherboard. So cleaning on a tilt or on a side is preferable, as the thermal paste drops down instead of on your motherboard. So here I'm using Noctua NTH1 thermal paste. This costs around $10 Australian per tube. We want to put half a rice grain on each chip. So on the CPU there's 2 chips, 2 shiny parts, they separated. So you want to put basically half a rice grain on each one. We want to place the CPU over the top of it. Make sure you align the CPU, don't press it down. And we want to screw in the screws, and the screws will press down on the heatsink itself, so you don't have to do it yourself. When you place your fan back, remember to place the power cable back in, or else you're going to have an error message when you turn on your laptop. So now we're going to remove the wireless card. There's this piece of plastic on top of it. You need to remove one screw to remove your wireless card. So after you remove one screw, just drag it out a bit. It should pop up, but if it doesn't, you can just drag it out a bit, wiggle it left and right, and it'll come out. I'm just going to put it back because I don't need it. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.